Mercury will retrograde in the intense and transformative sign of Scorpio from November 26 to December 16, 2024. The effects of this retrograde are deeply felt as Scorpio is associated with transformation, secrets, and matters of the subconscious. Before we explore the details, it's important to note that these insights are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. Mercury is the planet that governs communication, learning, transportation, technology, and the exchange of ideas. When Mercury appears to go backward, it is not an actual reversal of motion but rather an optical illusion due to the differing orbits of Mercury and Earth. During this time, Mercury's influence on these areas tends to become clouded or disrupted. As Mercury transits backward through a sign, it often revisits previous points in the zodiac, prompting us to reflect, reevaluate, and sometimes correct past decisions or actions. This period is typically associated with confusion, delays, miscommunications, and revisiting old issues. Scorpio is a fixed water sign ruled by Mars and co-ruled by Ketu. It is a sign associated with transformation, the deep unconscious, and matters of power, control, and shared resources. Scorpio delves into the hidden aspects of life, including secrets, taboos, and psychological undercurrents. When Mercury retrogrades in Scorpio, the areas of communication, technology, and intellectual matters are likely to be impacted by the intense, probing energy of the Scorpio. This retrograde is likely to compel individuals to confront unresolved emotional and psychological issues, revisit deep-rooted fears, and reflect on the way they communicate their inner truths. Scorpio's association with secrecy and transformation can lead to uncovering hidden information, exposing long-buried truths, and forcing people to address matters they may have been avoiding. This period is often linked with emotional catharsis, allowing individuals to let go of old patterns, behaviors, or attachments that no longer serve them. Scorpio's emotional depth can intensify the effects of Mercury retrograde, making conversations more heated or charged than usual. Misunderstandings are likely, particularly when it comes to sensitive or taboo topics. Be cautious when discussing matters of intimacy, finances, or any issue that involves deep emotional investment. Words can be misconstrued or taken out of context, and secrecy can cloud clarity. Scorpio is the natural 8th house of intimacy, shared resources, and transformation. This retrograde period may prompt individuals to revisit past relationships, whether romantic, familial, or financial, and reconsider unresolved issues. Old wounds may resurface, requiring a reassessment of emotional attachments, boundaries, and trust. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio may bring back ex-partners or former colleagues, or create opportunities for closure in situations that were left unfinished. As with any Mercury retrograde, there are likely to be technological malfunctions, delays in travel, and issues with electronics or communication tools. In Scorpio, the problems may be related to financial transactions, shared resources, or technology linked to confidential or sensitive information. For example, data breaches or privacy issues could arise, and it's crucial to be extra cautious when sharing personal or financial information online. Scorpio is a sign of deep emotional and psychological transformation. During Mercury retrograde, individuals may be called to examine their innermost thoughts, beliefs, and emotional patterns. This can be a powerful time for therapy, journaling, or any introspective activity that helps people understand their psychological motivations and heal old wounds. It's a period of purging outdated mental and emotional baggage, allowing individuals to emerge stronger and more authentic. Scorpio's association with shared resources, investments, and debts means that Mercury retrograde in this sign could prompt a reassessment of financial matters. It may be a time to revisit joint financial ventures, tax issues, or other shared responsibilities. Mistakes from the past may come to light, offering a chance to correct any errors or renegotiate terms. However, it's advisable to avoid making new financial commitments or major investments during this time. The retrograde motion of Mercury is intensified by its interaction with other retrograde planets. In this case, Mercury retrogrades in Scorpio while forming a mutual aspect with retrograde Jupiter in Taurus. This aspect urging individuals to reflect on their personal values, resources, and beliefs. It's a good time for rethinking how one shares power, money, and resources with others. Jupiter's influence may bring a sense of optimism or expansion, but it's tempered by the need for introspection and reevaluation. Mercury and the Sun will form a conjunction in Scorpio, highlighting a deep, illuminating period of self-reflection. This aspect encourages a return to core truths and authentic communication, but also brings the risk of revealing uncomfortable or hidden facts. To navigate this period with greater ease, it's essential to embrace patience, flexibility, and a willingness to revisit past issues. Be cautious with communications, especially regarding sensitive topics, and avoid signing important contracts or making significant decisions unless absolutely necessary. Instead, focus on revising, reassessing, and healing old emotional wounds. It's a time for introspection and transformation, not for moving forward hastily with new projects or commitments. To assess the impact of this transit, it's crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign provides insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you'll emotionally respond to these changes. Consider the position of your current Mahadasha Lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current Dasha period. A more precise understanding of the impact of this transit can be gained by examining Mercury's Ashtaka score in Scorpio. Keep in mind that the effects of this transit will differ from person to person, contingent on Mercury's interaction with the planets in their individual birth charts, or its transit through the zodiac. It's also worth noting that individuals currently experiencing the influence of Mercury Dasha may feel the effects of this transit more intensely. It's important to remember that the effects of this transit will vary for each person. To understand how this transit may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses it transits, let's delve into those specifics. For Aries, Mercury retrograding through Scorpio in the 8th house, associated with transformation, shared resources, inheritance, and hidden truths, presents a period of both challenges and opportunities that require patience and introspection. As the ruler of your 3rd house of communication, siblings, and your 6th house of work, routine, and conflicts, Mercury's retrograde impacts various aspects of your life. During this time, you may be drawn to esoteric topics, mysteries, and research. This retrograde encourages deep introspection, urging you to confront unresolved emotional issues and explore the depths of your subconscious. It's an ideal period for understanding hidden fears and addressing long-standing insecurities. By reflecting on past experiences, you can pave the way for personal growth and emotional healing. The influence of the 8th house also highlights the need to handle sensitive information with care. Secrets may surface, and you should remain vigilant about what you share, particularly regarding family and relationships. Mercury's aspect on your 2nd house of family, speech, and finances emphasizes the importance of discretion. Keeping financial decisions and personal matters private during this period will be beneficial. Misunderstandings may arise in shared resources, partnerships, and family dynamics. Conflicts with siblings, colleagues, or partners might escalate if not addressed tactfully. It's crucial to reassess how you communicate and avoid impulsive or reactive speech. This is an excellent time to reflect on how your words and actions influence others, fostering better understanding in your relationships. Mercury's retrograde also affects partnerships, suggesting that unresolved issues with spouses or business partners may come to the forefront. While this transit offers an opportunity to repair strained relationships, it requires patience and thoughtful dialogue. If you're seeking new relationships, this period might present delays or the need for careful evaluation of potential partners. The retrograde phase also brings heightened activity in your 2nd house, which is linked to finances, savings, and speech. You should exercise caution in financial dealings, particularly concerning shared assets, investments, or taxes. Missteps during this time could lead to losses or misunderstandings. Avoid signing new contracts or making major financial commitments between November 26th and December 16th. This period encourages you to reassess your financial strategies, reviewing debts, budgeting, or revisiting investment plans. While this isn't the time for decisive action, it's an excellent moment for research and preparation. The mutual aspect between retrograde Mercury and retrograde Jupiter in Taurus, in your 2nd house, reinforces the need for balanced and well-informed financial decisions. Sudden insights into improving your financial stability may arise, but impulsivity should be avoided. As Mercury rules your 6th house, you may face challenges in the workplace. Misunderstandings with colleagues, petty disputes, or disruptions in daily routines may cause stress. It's important to approach conflicts with calmness and avoid rash reactions. Staying organized and prioritizing tasks will help mitigate work-related tensions. This transit may also reveal hidden information about your work or health, allowing you to address these issues effectively. Health-related vigilance is crucial, as stress and anxiety could increase during this time. Incorporating relaxation techniques, like meditation or physical exercise, can help you maintain balance. The mutual aspect between retrograde Jupiter in Taurus and Mercury in Scorpio amplifies the significance of family matters and financial stability. You may need to address family issues or make decisions about shared resources and domestic responsibilities. While this transit encourages strengthening family bonds, it also highlights the importance of maintaining privacy and balance in familial relationships. If you live in a joint family, you might experience disagreements, which will require a tactful and cooperative approach to avoid escalation. While Mercury's retrograde influence may test your patience, it also provides an opportunity to foster greater understanding within the family unit. Despite the challenges, Mercury's transit forms a Viparita Raja Yoga in the 8th house, bringing opportunities for growth through adversity. This yoga encourages you to face obstacles with determination, ultimately transforming difficulties into empowering experiences. While this transit may feel intense, it offers a chance to gain valuable insights that can positively influence both your personal and professional life. You might also encounter sudden income or unexpected financial opportunities. However, be cautious, as impulsive actions or overconfidence could lead to setbacks. Practicing generosity through donations or helping those in need can balance the energies of this transit and reduce the tendency toward greed. Mars, the dispositor of Mercury in Scorpio, continues to transit your 4th house of home and emotions, adding intensity to this retrograde. You may gain new insights into personal or domestic challenges that have been troubling you. This could involve financial decisions, moving plans, or emotional healing within your family. While these revelations are empowering, avoid acting on them until Mercury turns direct. Mars' influence may also bring heightened emotions, making it crucial to approach conflicts or decisions with calmness and foresight. Emotional transformation is possible, but it requires patience and self-awareness. Overall, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is a transformative period for Aries, urging introspection, reassessment of relationships, and refinement of communication skills. The challenges in financial dealings, workplace dynamics, and personal relationships offer opportunities for growth and self-awareness. Avoid impulsive decisions, maintain discretion in sensitive matters, and focus on long-term planning. By embracing patience and vigilance, you can navigate this period with greater clarity and emerge stronger, ready to capitalize on the insights gained once Mercury turns direct. For Taurus, Mercury's retrograde through Scorpio impacts your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. As Mercury governs your 2nd house of wealth, family, and speech, and your 5th house of creativity, children, and speculative gains, this retrogression draws attention to key areas such as communication, relationships, financial matters, and self-expression. This phase is both challenging and introspective, urging you to focus on resolution and recalibration. During Mercury retrograde in the 7th house, relationships take focus, including romantic partnerships, business collaborations, and close friendships. Misunderstandings are likely, and past issues may resurface. Communication breakdowns with your spouse or partner could lead to heated arguments or emotional distance. It's essential to avoid impulsive reactions and foster open, honest dialogue to navigate these challenges effectively. This retrograde also brings hidden aspects of your relationships into the light. Secrets, unspoken expectations, or unresolved tensions may surface, demanding your attention. Approach these revelations with empathy and patience, as they hold the potential for deeper understanding and stronger bonds. If you're single, you might reconnect with a past partner or reflect on previous relationships to gain clarity about your desires and love. Mercury's rulership of your 2nd house brings wealth, family assets, and speech into focus. Its retrograde in Scorpio, your 7th house, amplifies the need for caution in financial dealings, particularly those involving shared finances with a partner or business associate. Delays in payments, errors in contracts, or confusion in financial negotiations are likely. Mismanagement of funds or unexpected expenses could tighten cash flow, urging you to review your budget and avoid unnecessary spending. The Mercury's mutual aspect with Jupiter in Taurus emphasizes joint financial commitments, loans, and shared resources. While Jupiter's expansive energy can bring long-term financial clarity, it's essential to avoid impulsive decisions during this retrograde. Carefully reassess existing agreements or investments, and delay new contracts until after Mercury turns direct. This retrograde phase may be an ideal time to consolidate debt, reallocate resources, or plan future financial strategies. Mercury's aspect to your 6th house during this retrograde highlights areas needing improvement in your daily routines and health. This transit encourages you to focus on your physical well-being, address bad habits, and your day-to-day activities. However, it's also a period of introspection and personal transformation. You may secretly work on self-development, whether through improving your physical appearance, gaining new skills, or reevaluating your priorities. This self-improvement phase may feel private or even isolating, as you may not wish to share your plans or progress with others. Nonetheless, support from your spouse or a close partner is invaluable during this time. Active listening and collaboration can significantly enhance your personal growth and foster emotional stability. Mercury's retrograde often causes disruptions in professional settings, and for you, the 7th house transit affects collaborations, client relations, and interactions with superiors. Miscommunications with bosses, colleagues, or clients are highly probable, so double-checking emails, documents, and verbal agreements is critical. Tensions at work could stem from misunderstandings or differing expectations, requiring you to exercise diplomacy and patience. Saturn's direct motion in your 10th house adds pressure, increasing workloads and responsibilities. You may feel overburdened, especially if you take on other stress. Setting boundaries and pacing yourself is vital to avoid burnout. While this period is demanding, the hard work and persistence you put forth will yield significant accomplishments in the long run. Mercury's retrograde, ruling your 5th house, also affects creativity, speculative ventures, and relationships with children. Creative endeavors might feel uninspired or face delays, making it difficult for you to achieve your usual level of output or innovation. Financial speculation, such as investments in the stock market, should be approached cautiously, as the retrograde may obscure true risks or opportunities. For parents, communication with children could become strained. Children might demand more attention or resources, creating stress and confusion. You should aim to balance your practical limitations with compassionate communication to maintain harmony at home. After the retrograde ends, clarity will emerge, allowing for smoother interactions and creative breakthroughs. Legal matters and contracts are especially tricky during Mercury's retrograde. You are advised to avoid signing new agreements or making significant legal commitments until after December 16th, when Mercury's retrograde phase ends and the combust phase subsides. Any existing legal issues should be handled with caution, as errors or misinterpretations are likely. Consulting a trusted advisor or attorney is highly recommended to mitigate potential setbacks. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio encourages introspection, particularly about your relationship dynamics and personal growth. You may find yourself reevaluating whether your emotional needs are being met and whether your partnerships align with your values. This self-reflection may initially feel uncomfortable but ultimately leads to deeper self-awareness and resilience. The Sun's conjunction with Mercury during the retrograde provides moments of clarity and illumination, particularly in addressing hidden aspects of partnerships. These insights, when approached constructively, can lead to meaningful transformation and strengthened connections. Overall, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is a challenging yet transformative period for you. With its impact on relationships, finances, and self-development, this transit demands patience, introspection, and adaptability. By focusing on honest communication, prudent financial decisions, and personal growth, you can navigate these trials successfully. While the retrograde brings temporary setbacks, it also offers an opportunity to revisit unresolved issues and emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true desires. For Gemini, Mercury's retrograde through Scorpio in your 6th house is a critical time. This period demands a blend of caution and awareness as Mercury, ruling both your 1st and 4th houses, exerts its influence. Here, Mercury's analytical nature intensifies, creating a time for thorough assessment, learning, and adjustment. As this retrograde occurs in Scorpio, a sign known for uncovering hidden truths, you are prompted to face challenges head-on, particularly in areas involving daily routines, work, health, and finances. The 6th house is traditionally associated with work routines, health, debts, and service to others. With Mercury retrograding here, expect disruptions in your day-to-day activities. Tasks that usually seem manageable may now require extra scrutiny, leading to a sense of running in circles as projects need revisiting or revision. Miscommunications at work could cause delays, and there's a heightened risk of misunderstandings with colleagues. Double-checking emails, project plans, and all work-related communications is essential to avoid errors. This retrograde period also influences your job search if you're currently unemployed. Finding a new position may be more challenging during this phase, and setbacks could arise, particularly if expectations are high. You may need to reassess your strategies and utilize this time to develop skills, preparing for opportunities that become clearer after the retrograde ends in mid-December. For entrepreneurs, however, this retrograde may be more favorable, opening the door to unexpected gains or resources from past investments. Business dealings should proceed cautiously. Seek professional advice before signing any documents, and avoid major commitments during this period. Health is another focal point of Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio. You should pay close attention to your wellness routines, particularly those involving diet, exercise, and stress management. It's a good time to revisit past health practices, look into any lingering medical issues, and consider second opinions if confusion arises regarding a diagnosis. Scorpio's transformative energy, combined with Mercury's analytical focus, suggests that changes in health habits can be long-lasting and profound. Adjusting your wellness routines and addressing hidden health concerns can lead to significant improvements in well-being. Financial caution is essential during this retrograde. Mercury's position in the 6th house of debts urges you to carefully manage your financial obligations, avoid unnecessary expenditures, and steer clear of new loans or financial risks. Retrograde Mercury may reveal hidden fees or errors in contracts, providing an opportunity to address them before they become problematic. A thorough review of bills, invoices, and legal agreements is recommended. Financial clarity might be elusive during this period, so patience and attention to detail will be crucial. If investments or business dealings are part of the picture, they should be approached with extra caution, focusing on existing ventures rather than starting new ones. Mercury retrogrades in the 6th house aspects your 12th house, the area of spirituality, hidden matters, and endings. This connection highlights a need for introspection. You may find yourself drawn to spiritual practices, meditation, or seeking solace in solitude. There's a chance to discover how subconscious patterns have been influencing your daily habits and financial decisions. The mutual aspect with retrograde Jupiter in Taurus, occupying the 12th house, further amplifies this introspective energy, encouraging you to delve into your inner world. Uncovering hidden motivations or past unresolved issues can bring a deeper understanding of your current circumstances. However, it's vital to maintain a balanced and practical approach, as Scorpio's influence may incline you toward emotional reactions. The conjunction of the Sun and retrograde Mercury in Scorpio places a spotlight on your 6th house, illuminating areas of inefficiency and imbalance. This aspect uncovers truths related to work habits, personal routines, and health. The period is ideal for conducting an honest self-assessment, an opportunity to recognize stressors in the workplace, redefine priorities, and make necessary adjustments. Scorpio's energy favors deep, transformative change, so implementing improvements now can lead to more sustainable and effective habits. There is a strong indication that workplace dynamics will be altered, revealing underlying tensions that need to be resolved. In professional environments, use this time to analyze what works and what doesn't, adapting your methods to enhance productivity. One of the brighter aspects of this retrograde is the potential for intellectual growth and higher learning. As Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect, moves through the 6th house, it forms a favorable alignment that enhances learning, especially related to work skills and daily responsibilities. This can be a period where acquiring new knowledge or refining existing skills yields long-term benefits. Even though obstacles may arise, the retrograde encourages you to take a methodical and patient approach to learning, making strategic adjustments that will serve you well in future endeavors. In both personal and professional relationships, the retrograde may bring miscommunications and misunderstandings to the surface. Conflicts that have been simmering under the radar may now demand attention, especially in the work environment. Instead of reacting impulsively, this period calls for careful consideration and thoughtful communication. There's an opportunity to resolve long-standing issues, particularly if you adopt a patient and observant approach. Honest dialogues can clear the air, fostering a healthier environment at work and in personal spaces. Overall, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio is a period of adjustment and strategic planning for you. It's a time to navigate challenges with care, focusing on refining daily routines, improving health, reassessing financial matters, and deepening spiritual practices. While some disruptions are inevitable, the outcomes can be positive if approached with patience and a willingness to adapt. By the end of the retrograde on December 16th, you may find yourself more organized, empowered, and prepared for the next phase of your personal and professional journey. This period, though demanding, provides a chance to realign with your core values, making necessary adjustments for a more balanced and insightful future. For Cancer, the current Mercury retrograde in Scorpio significantly influences creativity, education, communication, and emotional introspection. Mercury, ruling your 3rd house of communication and siblings and your 12th house of expenses, foreign travel, and isolation, transits your 5th house, highlighting creativity, children, speculative investments, and romance. This period can be transformative and complex, filled with emotional intensity and introspection, urging you to proceed with caution in various aspects of your life. With Mercury retrograding in Scorpio, expressing your thoughts and feelings clearly may be difficult. Scorpio's energy tends to be secretive and introspective, and the retrograde emphasizes internal reflection. Communication challenges can arise, particularly with siblings, friends, and romantic partners. You may find yourself unable to convey your emotions freely, leading to potential misunderstandings. This is a time to double-check all written and verbal communication. There is a risk of miscommunication impacting personal and professional relationships, so it's crucial to practice patience and clarity. Signing documents or making major decisions should be postponed if possible to avoid errors or misinterpretations. The retrograde through your 5th house brings an intense focus on creativity and educational endeavors. If you're involved in artistic projects, this is a valuable time to revisit, refine, and reconsider past work. If you're a student, you may face unexpected challenges, such as shifting study materials or surprising developments in coursework, which will require adaptability. Creativity might feel blocked or stagnant, but this period can also bring moments of inspiration and clarity if you dig deep. It's essential to remain flexible and patient, especially if the desired progress is slower than expected. Surprises in the educational sphere might lead to positive outcomes if approached with an open mind. Scorpio's deep and transformative nature brings unresolved emotions to the surface. Old relationships or past romantic interests might reemerge, presenting opportunities to heal emotional wounds. This period is ideal for addressing any lingering emotional baggage that has been ignored. You might find yourself reflecting on past romantic choices or feeling nostalgic about previous relationships. While the intensity can be overwhelming, it offers a chance for emotional healing and personal growth. Journaling, therapy, or engaging in spiritual practices can facilitate deeper self-awareness and aid in processing emotions that have remained hidden. With Mercury ruling your 12th house, which governs losses and expenses, retrograding in the 5th house of speculation, this is not a favorable time for making impulsive financial decisions. Any speculative investments should be approached with caution. The retrograde energy can lead to overanalysis or poor judgment in financial matters, potentially causing unexpected losses. Jupiter's retrograde aspect from Taurus brings a critical eye to long-term goals and investments, suggesting the need to reassess financial strategies, particularly those tied to education or creative ventures. It's best to avoid high-risk financial moves during this period. This is an excellent time to engage in organization, donate unwanted items, or make small adjustments that create a more comfortable workspace. Enhancing your environment can provide emotional relief and clarity. This period might also bring family-related concerns or disruptions, particularly involving children, requiring patience and understanding to navigate effectively. Romantic relationships are under scrutiny during this retrograde. The 5th house governs love affairs, and the retrograde brings past connections into the spotlight. Secrets or hidden aspects of your romantic life may come to light, necessitating open and honest communication. You may feel pressure to resolve long-standing issues with a current or former partner. It's important to avoid making impulsive decisions regarding relationships until after Mercury turns direct, as emotions are likely to be intense and situations may not be as they initially appear. If you're involved in new romantic interests, proceed cautiously, as misunderstandings and surprises could complicate matters. If you're a student, you may encounter academic difficulties during this period. Distractions, unforeseen challenges in coursework, or a lack of motivation can hinder progress. However, for focused and dedicated students, this retrograde period can also bring moments of clarity and deep understanding, especially in subjects requiring analysis and introspection. Scorpio's influence encourages delving into research and uncovering hidden information, making it a favorable time for in-depth study or revisiting complex topics. The influence of Saturn's 10th aspect from Aquarius to Scorpio adds an external layer of pressure, particularly related to career and social standing. You might feel burdened by professional responsibilities or public image concerns that conflict with your personal creativity and self-expression. This period calls for patience and perseverance, as Saturn demands diligence and a cautious approach. Balancing career demands with personal interests will require careful time management and a focus on maintaining healthy boundaries. With Mars debilitated in Cancer, emotional sensitivity is heightened, and the retrograde amplifies this. Emotional regulation and self-care are essential to prevent unnecessary conflicts. Engaging in calming activities, like meditation or spending time in nature, can help manage heightened emotions. It's crucial for you to nurture yourself during this period and avoid getting drawn into conflicts that could strain personal relationships. After Mercury turns direct on December 16th, clarity will return, and you may feel more confident in your decision-making. This period of reflection will reveal valuable insights about relationships, creative projects, and financial strategies. It's a time to integrate lessons learned during the retrograde and move forward with a clearer understanding of your personal and professional goals. Overall, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio brings challenges and opportunities for growth in communication, creativity, emotional healing, and financial matters. This period is about introspection, revisiting past choices, and refining current projects. You are advised to take your time, remain patient, and focus on your emotional well-being during this transformative period. For Leo, the current Mercury retrograde in Scorpio brings a period of intense introspection and potential disruption, especially in family matters, communication, and finances. Mercury, the ruler of your 2nd and 11th houses, governs wealth, speech, familial values, and gains, and its retrograde transit emphasizes challenges in these areas, particularly as it moves through your 4th house of home, emotions, and domestic stability. The retrograde transit in your 4th house puts a spotlight on communication within the home. You may find that misunderstandings with family members, especially with your mother, become more frequent. Discussions about real estate, home improvement, or family matters might surface, requiring patience and careful communication. This is a period where old, unresolved family issues could resurface, demanding attention and resolution. Avoid impulsive reactions, especially when emotions are heightened, as Scorpio's influence tends to bring deep-seated emotions to the forefront. Mercury's retrograde nature calls for a reassessment of how you communicate your thoughts and feelings within your household. There may be situations requiring you to revisit past family disagreements or reevaluate old property-related decisions. If you have a sibling, this is a time to foster better relationships, as you or your sibling might need each other's support. This period emphasizes the importance of nurturing emotional connections within the family and building a stronger bond, particularly with your mother. Seeking her advice could provide unexpected wisdom, helping you navigate challenges. Mercury's rulership over your 2nd and 11th houses means your financial matters will be under scrutiny. During the retrograde, it's crucial to avoid hasty financial decisions or major investments. Unforeseen complications may arise, particularly in real estate transactions or property deals. If you work in fields related to real estate, property brokerage, or vehicle sales, caution is advised, as misunderstandings or misjudgments could lead to unexpected financial losses. Plans might not unfold as expected, causing delays or disappointments in earnings or profits. Careful analysis and double-checking agreements or documents are necessary to avoid costly mistakes. It's also a time to be discreet about your financial decisions. Keeping plans private will help you focus on refining them without external pressures. There is a karmic aspect at play during this retrograde, urging you to handle your financial resources with wisdom and avoid impulsive spending. Your financial situation might experience delays, but taking a long-term view will ultimately benefit you, particularly when Mercury goes direct after December 16th, bringing greater clarity and opportunities for financial stability. The mutual aspect between retrograde Jupiter in Taurus and Mercury in Scorpio adds a layer of complexity to this period. Jupiter's influence encourages a reevaluation of your personal values, educational pursuits, and family traditions. You may find yourself contemplating how your family dynamics align with your larger life goals. This is a time to reflect on your emotional growth, assess whether your current domestic life aligns with your higher aspirations, and make adjustments accordingly. This aspect could slow down the realization of certain benefits, urging patience, especially in educational or property-related matters. This is a time for learning and personal growth, both emotionally and professionally. The aspect emphasizes the need for acquiring new skills or pursuing hobbies that bring long-term fulfillment. If you pick up a personal interest or start learning a new skill, this period could mark the beginning of a significant transformation. Simultaneously, Saturn's 7th aspect on Leo and 10th aspect on Scorpio brings external pressures in partnerships, career, and domestic life. It may be necessary to establish clear boundaries in relationships, both personal and professional. Saturn's influence requires you to communicate thoughtfully and make structured decisions to maintain stability. This transit can bring a sense of restriction, urging you to confront unresolved issues and make long-lasting changes that contribute to your growth. During this retrograde, you may find that secrets or hidden information come to light, particularly concerning family or property matters. These revelations could bring clarity but may also require adjustments in your home environment. Domestic shifts are likely, whether it's a change in living arrangements, a home move, or simply a shift in how you handle family responsibilities. It's a period to gain the information needed to make significant changes, but it's crucial not to rush into any decisions. Delays and revisions are common during this time, so patience is key. Arguments or tensions within the home are possible, especially as Mars in Cancer moves retrograde starting December 7th. Emotional balance will be crucial to navigate this period successfully. Practicing patience and diplomacy, particularly with family members, will help mitigate potential issues. As Mercury retrogrades, its 7th aspect on your 10th house activates your professional sphere. This transit is a time to reconsider your career goals and strategies, reflecting on past decisions that may need adjustment. There's a strong desire to fix or improve professional matters, but it's advisable to keep your plans private for now. This period is ideal for introspection and planning rather than taking concrete actions. After Mercury goes direct, you will have a clearer perspective on how to proceed professionally. Saturn's influence emphasizes the need to compromise and listen to others, particularly in professional partnerships or business relationships. External pressures may come from your spouse, business partners, or colleagues, but addressing them with a flexible approach will yield better results. Effective communication will be your greatest asset in maintaining professional stability during this retrograde phase. Overall, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio is a period of deep reflection and emotional transformation for you. With a focus on family, finances, and communication. This is a time to resolve old issues, reassess priorities, and make thoughtful, well-planned decisions. Although challenges in personal and professional relationships are likely, approaching them with patience and introspection will lead to growth. As Mercury turns direct in mid-December, the clarity you gain will enable you to move forward with greater confidence, both in your domestic and professional spheres. For Virgo, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio presents a complex and transformative period. Since Mercury rules both your first house of self, personality, and the 10th house of career and reputation, its retrograde in your third house will notably impact communication, career, short travels, and interactions with siblings and colleagues. Expect communication to become a central theme during this retrograde, especially in interactions with siblings, colleagues, and close acquaintances. The third house is associated with speech, writing, and short-distance travel, so it's crucial for you to think twice before speaking or making hasty decisions. Misunderstandings could escalate into conflicts if not handled carefully, and tensions with siblings may surface, requiring a calm and measured approach to resolve lingering issues. This period may feel unsettling, as unexpected information or sudden changes in schedules could catch you off guard, leading to increased anxiety and stress. It's best for you to avoid making impulsive decisions, particularly regarding contracts, agreements, and important conversations, as clarity will be elusive until Mercury goes direct. Mercury's retrograde aspect to your 9th house, the domain of higher learning, travel, and spirituality, suggests this is a time for revisiting old ideas or plans related to education or philosophy. You might feel a desire to reconnect with mentors or teachers or explore spiritual practices that bring deeper meaning. Be cautious, however, as new endeavors started during this retrograde may require adjustments later. As Mercury governs your 10th house of career and professional life, this retrograde can bring disruptions and delays in the workplace. Projects that seemed on track may hit unforeseen obstacles, requiring a review or additional scrutiny. Conflicts with colleagues or technical issues may arise, leading to frustration and a sense of stagnation. It's advisable for you to remain patient and avoid engaging in workplace disputes. Use this time to revisit past projects or research that can benefit from a fresh perspective. The investigative energy of Scorpio can aid in uncovering hidden information, making it a productive period for strategic planning and addressing any unresolved issues at work. Saturn's continued transit through your 6th house emphasizes the need for discipline in handling daily tasks and professional obligations. Health matters, especially stress-related ones, may need attention during this period. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance and avoiding overcommitment will be key to reducing the strain of Mercury's retrograde influence. Travel, whether short or long distance, could face unexpected disruptions. The retrograde phase, particularly in the 3rd house, suggests you should avoid non-essential trips, as plans may go awry. Delays and changes in travel schedules are likely, so remain flexible if you must travel. Mercury's retrograde may stir emotional stress linked to unresolved past issues, causing heightened anxiety or restlessness. Technical difficulties, such as issues with communication devices or travel arrangements, may further complicate plans. This period may feel chaotic, but it offers an opportunity for you to slow down, double-check details, and rethink your approach to everyday tasks and relationships. Financial matters could be a source of concern during this period. Avoid making significant financial decisions or investments until Mercury turns direct, as errors or delays are more likely. Reflect on past financial habits, revise budgets, and focus on conserving resources rather than initiating new financial ventures. This is also a good time for you to reassess your values and priorities concerning material possessions, aiming for clarity and security once Mercury resumes direct motion. Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio amplifies your natural analytical abilities, pushing you toward introspection and self-analysis. The retrograde's influence over your 3rd house, associated with learning, communication, and daily habits, can lead to deeper self-reflection about how you handle challenges and interact with others. It's an ideal time for journaling, reflecting on past experiences, and seeking insights from past lessons that can guide your future decisions. The mutual aspect of retrograde Jupiter in Taurus on Mercury creates a unique dynamic that blends practicality with deeper contemplation. Jupiter's influence on your 9th house, linked to higher knowledge, beliefs, and long-term goals, urges you to revisit old aspirations or explore educational opportunities. This period can be beneficial for you if you're considering a return to studies or pursuing knowledge in areas previously left unexplored. It's also a time for you to reconnect with spiritual practices or seek wisdom from a mentor or guide. The retrograde period offers a chance for you to dive deeper into spiritual or educational pursuits. The 3rd house, as a house of courage and initiatives, may push you toward exploring unconventional or hidden knowledge. You may feel a tendency to keep newfound wisdom to yourself until clarity emerges. This retrograde phase could also introduce karmic connections with mentors or teachers, leading to significant spiritual growth or the resolution of past karmic debts. With Mars debilitated in Cancer, emotional strain might heighten during this retrograde phase. Mars debilitation in your 11th house could impact group activities, long-term goals, and friendships, leading to stress and potential misunderstandings. It's crucial for you to prioritize self-care and emotional well-being, finding healthy outlets for any pent-up frustration or anxiety. Once Mercury goes direct on December 16th, the fog will lift and clarity will gradually return. Misunderstandings will begin to clear, allowing you to proceed with a more confident and informed outlook. Communication, travel plans, and professional projects will regain momentum, and you may find that the challenges faced during the retrograde ultimately lead to stronger foundations in relationships and your career. This retrograde is not solely about setbacks. It's a time of revisiting, revising, and ultimately reinforcing areas of life that require deeper attention. For Virgo, it's an opportunity to emerge from the retrograde phase with greater wisdom, clearer goals, and renewed focus on both your personal and professional fronts. For Libra, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio brings a complex focus on your second house, which governs wealth, speech, family, and values. This phase demands a thorough review of your financial management, communication habits, and interpersonal dynamics, especially with family members. Expect some disruptions and surprises, as retrogrades are known for revisiting past issues and surfacing hidden truths. Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio places a spotlight on your finances, urging you to take a closer look at how you handle money and resources. Unresolved financial issues may emerge, revealing expenses you hadn't accounted for or debts you need to settle. This is not the time for impulsive investments or risky financial ventures. Instead, focus on streamlining your budgeting strategies and reevaluating any ongoing financial commitments. The second house also relates to communication, particularly in how you express your thoughts and values. During this retrograde, your speech may lack clarity, potentially leading to misunderstandings, especially with family members. You might find yourself having to revisit past conversations, clarifying intentions, or addressing unspoken emotions. Pay attention to how you communicate, ensuring that you choose your words carefully to avoid unnecessary conflicts. Mercury's dual rulership over your 9th house, representing higher learning, beliefs, and long-distance travel, and your 12th house, associated with expenses, spirituality, and foreign matters, makes this retrograde particularly significant. It's a time for introspection concerning your values, beliefs, and spiritual path. You might question previous decisions related to education, travel, or spiritual pursuits. Long-term plans for further studies, travels, or foreign investments could face delays, so refrain from making hasty decisions. Reassess and clarify your goals, especially if they involve expenditures or foreign connections. The 12th house's involvement suggests that unexpected expenses might arise, likely related to travel, education, or spiritual activities. Be prepared for financial surprises, particularly around overseas transactions or investments. This period encourages you to take a step back, analyze your motivations, and look for any hidden factors influencing your decisions. Avoid making substantial commitments until after Mercury turns direct in mid-December. Retrograde Mercury's 7th aspect on your 8th house emphasizes the uncovering of hidden desires, secrets, or unresolved issues. The 8th house relates to transformation, shared assets, and mysteries, making this a potent time for introspection and facing deep-seated emotions. You might feel drawn to topics involving personal growth, spirituality, or transformation, as unresolved matters demand your attention. Take control of your desires and ensure they align with your higher values, avoiding impulsive actions that could lead to conflicts or regrets. Mercury's mutual aspect with Jupiter, which is also retrograding in Taurus and aspecting your 2nd house, highlights shared finances and joint ventures. This aspect encourages deep reflection on financial partnerships, inheritances, or shared resources. Take this time to revisit agreements and consider whether they are serving your long-term goals. Secrets related to family wealth or joint assets may come to light, urging you to handle such matters discreetly. Mercury's transit through your 2nd house can stir up tensions within the family, particularly around financial matters or unspoken grievances. If you live in a joint family setting, arguments with elders or siblings may arise, challenging your patience and diplomacy. Be prepared for unexpected revelations from family members, as secrets may surface that shift your perspective. Address these issues calmly, avoiding impulsive reactions that could exacerbate conflicts. Your communication skills might be tested during this time. The influence of the 2nd house can make it difficult for you to articulate your thoughts clearly, leading to potential misunderstandings. Choose your words carefully and avoid engaging in heated debates, especially over financial matters or family concerns. Health-wise, Mercury's retrograde could influence your diet and nutrition, especially if you've been on a special eating regimen. New information regarding your health or dietary needs may come to light, prompting significant changes. This period encourages you to refine your approach to health, particularly if you've struggled with issues related to the throat, chest, or digestive system. The influence of Rahu from your 6th house can make you prone to stress, which might affect your overall well-being. Focus on maintaining a balanced diet and avoid overindulging in comfort foods that could disrupt your health. Pay attention to signs of physical discomfort and seek professional guidance if necessary. Jupiter's retrograde aspect from your 8th house to Mercury in your 2nd house underscores the need for caution in financial decisions. Joint financial matters and shared resources are highlighted, urging you to reevaluate investments and savings strategies. This influence might also prompt you to explore ways to increase wealth through partnerships or collaborations, but patience is key. It's best to avoid making significant financial commitments until after December 16th, when Mercury resumes direct motion and clarity returns. If you encounter financial stress during this period, look for alternative solutions or unexpected resources that may come to your aid. Consulting with financial advisors or revisiting previous financial plans could yield surprising benefits. This retrograde period might also strain personal and professional relationships. Communication issues can lead to conflicts, particularly with colleagues or business partners. Emotional strain could arise from trying to balance personal needs with professional responsibilities, especially with Mars and Cancer impacting your 10th house of career. Saturn's aspect from Aquarius adds pressure to your 11th house, which governs social circles and long-term goals. You may feel disconnected from friends or encounter delays in achieving your aspirations. Use this period to refine your communication style, address unresolved matters in relationships, and build stronger bonds through understanding and patience. Once Mercury turns direct, you'll have the opportunity to implement the lessons learned during this retrograde, resulting in greater clarity and stability in both personal and professional spheres. Overall, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio is a time for careful financial planning, open communication, and introspective reflection. It urges you to confront hidden desires, resolve financial ambiguities, and clear the air in family dynamics. Stay patient, avoid impulsive decisions, and embrace the opportunity for growth and transformation. After mid-December, the fog will lift, and you'll be better equipped to make informed choices that align with your values and long-term goals. For Scorpio, Mercury's retrograde in your own sign during this period marks a significant introspective journey. With Mercury, the ruler of both your 8th and 11th houses, retrograding in your 1st house, the focus is heavily on self-identity, communication, and how you present yourself to the world. This retrograde is a powerful period of reflection, signaling a time for self-evaluation, particularly regarding past decisions, communication patterns, and the way you relate to both your inner self and the external world. Mercury retrograde in your 1st house brings a natural inclination for introspection, urging you to examine how you express yourself. Your communication style, often shrouded in mystery and depth, might undergo a significant transformation as you become more aware of your own patterns. This is a time to reconsider how your words and actions are impacting personal relationships and professional life. Past conversations or interactions may resurface, requiring clarification or closure, and it's crucial for you to approach these situations with honesty and vulnerability. The intensity of Mercury retrograde in Scorpio heightens your emotional sensitivity, impacting both personal and professional relationships. The introspective nature of this transit may lead to moments of doubt and uncertainty, especially concerning commitments and close bonds. It's essential for you to strike a balance between expressing your emotions and maintaining mental stability. Emotional transparency will be crucial, particularly as Mercury forms a conjunction with the Sun in your 1st house, amplifying the desire to share hidden feelings or secrets. This can be a vulnerable but necessary step towards more authentic and meaningful relationships. Mercury governs your 8th house of transformation, shared assets, and sudden changes, as well as your 11th house of social networks, aspirations, and gains. During this retrograde, financial matters require caution. Delays, misunderstandings, or unexpected shifts in financial dealings, especially those involving inheritances, loans, or joint ventures, are likely. This is not the ideal time for making substantial financial commitments or investments. You should be particularly vigilant in handling contracts and agreements, as communication errors could lead to long-term complications. Instead, it's a time for careful assessment and waiting until Mercury moves direct to make major financial moves. Your social circles and professional connections may also be impacted during this retrograde. Misunderstandings or conflicts with friends, colleagues, or groups might surface, necessitating a reevaluation of certain alliances. This period calls for you to assess whether your current social and professional networks align with your long-term aspirations. Retrograde Mercury, ruling your 11th house, may lead to unexpected revelations about friends or collaborators, prompting you to reassess your role and expectations within your broader community. Patience is necessary, as what seems unclear now will gain clarity once Mercury turns direct. The mutual aspect between retrograde Jupiter in Taurus and Mercury in Scorpio underscores a significant focus on balancing personal growth with partnerships. Mercury's aspect with Jupiter's retrograde in your 7th house encourages you to revisit and redefine the dynamics in close relationships. Unresolved issues in partnerships may arise, requiring open communication and a willingness to compromise. This is an opportunity to align personal ambitions with collective goals, particularly in business partnerships or collaborations. The influence of Jupiter's wisdom suggests that, despite potential conflicts, there is a chance for deepened understanding and stronger bonds if you approach these challenges with patience and a willingness to learn. With Saturn transiting Aquarius in your 4th house, your emotional and domestic life is under scrutiny. There may be challenges in finding emotional stability, with possible tension in family matters or issues related to real estate and home environment. 1st house Lord Mars' simultaneous debilitation in Cancer can amplify emotional frustration, leading to heightened sensitivity. You should prioritize self-care, avoid impulsive reactions, and create emotional boundaries during this time. The retrograde energies favor resolving long-standing emotional concerns, particularly those tied to family dynamics or the home. Mercury's retrograde period is not only about introspection but also about recalibrating future plans. You are encouraged to examine personal goals and professional objectives, questioning whether they are still relevant or require adjustments. Old habits and routines that no longer serve your growth are likely to be shed during this time, making space for new perspectives once Mercury goes direct. This is a time to release outdated patterns and embrace a renewed sense of self, with clearer intentions moving forward. During the retrograde period, communication hiccups are inevitable. Technical errors, misinterpretations, and delays in messages can cause frustration, particularly for you if you're dealing with sensitive issues. It's essential to double-check information, avoid impulsive communication, and refrain from making critical decisions or signing significant contracts until after December 16th, when Mercury's influence will stabilize. Misunderstandings with colleagues, partners, and family members are possible, so practicing patience and clarity in speech will be crucial to avoid unnecessary conflicts. With Mercury as the 8th Lord retrograding in your 1st house, health matters may come to the forefront. You should pay attention to your physical and mental well-being, as stress and anxiety might be heightened during this phase. Avoiding impulsive decisions related to lifestyle or health changes is recommended, as they might lead to unwanted consequences. Instead, focus on building sustainable habits that promote holistic well-being, understanding that the introspective energy of this period can help identify areas needing improvement. Despite the potential challenges, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio holds a transformative power. It is a time for you to embrace change, even if it initially feels uncomfortable. This period is one of introspection and reassessment, allowing for deeper self-awareness and clarity. As Mercury moves direct, you will find yourself more aligned with your true intentions, prepared to take decisive actions that reflect your authentic desires. This retrograde encourages embracing vulnerability, fostering growth in relationships, and ultimately leading to a more empowered sense of self. Sagittarius are set to experience a profound shift in your focus, specifically in the area of your 12th house as Mercury begins its retrograde in Scorpio. This house governs spirituality, foreign connections, hidden enemies, secrets, expenses, and introspection. During this period, expect deeper contemplation, as the energy encourages a retreat into your subconscious, inviting you to explore unresolved emotional matters and reconsider your spiritual journey. Mercury governs both your 7th house of partnerships, marriages, and collaborations, and your 10th house of career, public image, and responsibilities. Its retrograde movement in the secretive 12th house can lead to misunderstandings, miscommunications, and unexpected revelations in relationships. Partners may feel a strain in expressing emotions clearly, leading to potential disagreements or misinterpretations. This period necessitates patience, particularly in conversations with loved ones and colleagues, to avoid unintentional conflicts. Honest communication and empathic listening will help you navigate this sensitive time. The retrograde Mercury's influence also implies that professional partnerships might face some obstacles. For those of you in business, misaligned expectations with partners or colleagues may surface, urging a careful review of existing agreements and commitments. In personal relationships, unresolved issues that were previously overlooked might come to light, requiring compassionate dialogue and a readiness to address them with transparency. If necessary, it's advisable to seek mediation or counseling to clarify any confusion. With Mercury retrograding in your 12th house, you should be cautious about financial decisions. This house's connection to hidden costs and unforeseen expenses means that budgets could spiral out of control if left unchecked. Whether it's investments related to foreign ventures, healthcare, or other personal expenditures, thorough scrutiny is required. This period is not ideal for making significant financial commitments, particularly if they involve collaborative projects or international dealings. Mercury's retrograde aspect on your 6th house, where retrograde Jupiter resides, signals the need to reassess financial planning, especially expenses related to health, routine activities, and potential legal matters. You may find yourself drawn to acts of charity, donating to causes you believe in, or supporting those in need. Such gestures not only alleviate internal anxieties but also bring a sense of spiritual satisfaction. The retrograde phase of Mercury in your 12th house is a prime opportunity for introspection and spiritual awakening. As a sign inherently drawn to exploration and higher learning, you may find yourself delving into philosophical and spiritual questions during this period. Jupiter, the ruler of your sign, retrograding in your 6th house, emphasizes this reflective energy. This transit encourages a review of your daily habits and routines that impact health, spirituality, and overall well-being. Cultivating a spiritual practice, whether it's meditation, prayer, or journaling, can provide much-needed clarity and calm amidst the challenges of this retrograde. The influence of Mercury in the 12th also stimulates or heightening intuition and fostering revelations that come from deep within your psyche. From a career perspective, the retrograde movement of Mercury as the 10th house lord may lead to disruptions in your professional life. Plans for foreign travel related to work might face delays or sudden changes, forcing a reevaluation of career strategies. In some cases, you might encounter legal matters tied to your professional endeavors. This could involve paperwork, contracts, or other formalities that require careful attention to avoid misunderstandings or legal complications. For those of you employed in international fields or working closely with global markets, communication will be a crucial area to monitor. Misinterpretations or missed deadlines could create unnecessary stress, so ensuring clarity in emails, documents, and negotiations is essential. You may be tempted to make promises you cannot keep. Hence, it's critical to refrain from committing to obligations you cannot deliver. The retrograde of Mercury, alongside the Sun's combustion in your 12th house, suggests heightened mental tension, anxiety, and possibly sleepless nights for you. The combination of retrograde Mercury and the Sun's combust state can feel overwhelming, particularly if you're already dealing with sensitive emotional or professional matters. Therefore, self-care, rest, and grounding practices are paramount. Yoga, mindfulness, or simply connecting with nature can help soothe the restless energy typical of a retrograde in the 12th house. This phase may lead to revelations, with secrets or hidden aspects coming to light. These truths, while unsettling, serve as catalysts for personal growth and healing. For some of you, there may be a sense of relief in finally uncovering the truth, allowing for a clearer path forward in your relationships and professional life. The mutual aspect between retrograde Jupiter in Taurus and retrograde Mercury in Scorpio creates a dynamic interplay between internal growth and external responsibilities. Mars, debilitated in Cancer in your 8th house, adds another layer of emotional vulnerability, particularly regarding shared resources, inheritances, or financial entanglements. This period is a test of patience, requiring you to confront fears and anxieties linked to dependence, be it financial or emotional. Despite the challenges, this retrograde phase is an opportunity for significant transformation. You are encouraged to let go of outdated thought patterns, clear mental and emotional blocks, and set healthier boundaries in both personal and professional relationships. By the time Mercury goes direct, there will be a clearer sense of direction in matters of partnerships, finances, and spiritual pursuits, setting the stage for renewed clarity and purpose. Overall, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio is a time of deep introspection for you. It's a period marked by challenges in communication, unexpected revelations, and financial reconsiderations. Yet, it is also an opportunity for spiritual growth, emotional healing, and personal transformation. By embracing patience, practicing clear communication, and staying grounded, you can emerge from this retrograde with a stronger sense of self, ready to face future endeavors with renewed clarity and purpose. For Capricorn, as Mercury retrogrades in Scorpio, its influence over your 11th house becomes a focal point of change and reflection. The 11th house, associated with friendships, networks, financial gains, and aspirations, invites a period of reassessment in these areas. Since Mercury governs both your 6th house of work and health, and your 9th house of higher education and philosophy, its retrograde motion signals a time when miscommunications, delays, and unexpected shifts may impact your social and professional life, requiring you to navigate cautiously. With Mercury retrograding through your 11th house, you're urged to take a closer look at your social connections, group dynamics, and long-term goals. Misunderstandings may arise among friends, colleagues, or within networks. There may be instances where information is miscommunicated, leading to confusion or even tension. Past friendships or alliances might resurface, presenting an opportunity to mend past rifts or find closure. Revisiting old collaborations may prove fruitful, as unfinished projects or plans could be brought back to the forefront for reevaluation. The 11th house also governs financial gains, and Mercury's retrograde motion here suggests a period of reflection on your income and earnings. You may need to reassess financial strategies, especially regarding long-term investments or shared resources. Unexpected financial opportunities might arise, but it's crucial to avoid impulsive decisions during this period. Instead, it's wise to review and refine your existing financial plans. The retrograde period may feel like a temporary halt in expected income, but it's a time for careful planning. You might find support from unexpected sources, such as elder siblings or influential friends, leading to unexpected gains once Mercury goes direct. Mercury's rulership over your 6th house of work and health implies that unresolved professional matters or health concerns may resurface. Miscommunications at work could create tension, particularly around daily routines or team projects. You might experience disruptions in your schedules, with possible technological glitches causing delays. Wrong emails, misplaced documents, or communication breakdowns may become problematic, affecting both the work environment and professional standing. This retrograde advises caution in making major work-related decisions or changes, as clarity may be lacking. Mercury also governs your 9th house, representing higher learning, long-distance travel, and philosophical beliefs. During this retrograde, plans related to education, spiritual pursuits, or travel could encounter delays or unexpected obstacles. You might feel a strong urge to revisit old ideas or previous educational goals. It's a time for introspection, allowing you to reevaluate your belief systems and consider how your broader perspectives align with your current life path. Travel plans, especially long-distance ones, may require flexibility and may shift unexpectedly. The mutual aspect between retrograde Mercury in Scorpio and retrograde Jupiter in Taurus, which affects your 5th and 11th houses, highlights the need to balance creative expression with social responsibilities. Mercury's aspect with Jupiter's retrograde in the 5th house, ruling creativity, romance, and children, encourages you to revisit creative projects that were left incomplete. Rethinking romantic relationships or parenting strategies may be necessary, and this introspective period offers a chance to deepen emotional connections or redefine goals. Collaborative efforts with friends or mentors could provide fresh insights, especially concerning long-term ambitions. Saturn's aspect and presence in Aquarius, your 2nd house of wealth and values, brings a theme of financial discipline and prudent resource management. You may feel pressure around your financial stability during this retrograde. Unexpected expenses could arise, prompting a reassessment of savings and income sources. Saturn's influence requires a cautious approach, encouraging you to stay grounded and avoid impulsive spending. This period may feel restrictive, but it offers an opportunity to consolidate resources and build a more stable financial foundation. Mars transit through Cancer, your 7th house of relationships and partnerships, adds another layer of complexity to this period. Mars' debilitated state and retrograde motion could trigger conflicts within personal or business partnerships. Misunderstandings, emotional vulnerabilities, and differences in perspectives might come to the surface, requiring patience and sensitivity. This period is not ideal for initiating new partnerships or making significant relationship decisions. Instead, it's a time to reflect on the dynamics at play and find ways to improve communication and resolve existing conflicts. The retrograde transit in Scorpio, a sign known for its depth, intensity, and transformative potential, may bring hidden opportunities to light. Secrets within social circles or personal networks could be revealed, allowing you to gain clarity on situations that were previously unclear. Listening carefully to what is shared during this period, even if it comes from unexpected sources, can provide valuable insights. These revelations might be crucial for future decision-making, especially in terms of career aspirations or financial planning. You may experience heightened anxiety or unease during this retrograde, particularly due to concerns about financial security and professional stability. Delays in anticipated outcomes or shifts in plans can feel unsettling, but patience and resilience are key. Keeping a calm and pragmatic outlook will help you navigate this period effectively. Trusting that temporary setbacks are paving the way for future stability and growth can ease anxiety. Once Mercury turns direct, clarity will slowly return, and the confusion of the retrograde period will begin to clear. You will find that many of the issues that arose during the retrograde were opportunities to reassess and realign your goals. Financial matters, friendships, and professional aspirations will stabilize, and the lessons learned during the retrograde will provide a stronger foundation for future endeavors. The introspective work done during this period will pay off, leading to more informed decisions and deeper, more meaningful connections. Overall, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio for you is a time of introspection, reassessment, and transformation. It invites you to revisit your goals, evaluate your social and financial standing, and navigate professional and personal challenges with patience and wisdom. Embracing the lessons of this retrograde will lead to personal and professional growth, paving the way for a more stable and fulfilling future. For Aquarius, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio in your 10th house highlights areas related to your career, public image, and authority. This period brings a surge of professional reassessment, potential disruptions in the workplace, and challenges in balancing your personal and professional life. With Mercury, the ruler of your 5th and 8th houses, retrograding through your 10th house of career, reputation, and status, there will be a strong focus on professional matters. Expect delays or disruptions in your daily routine, particularly concerning your work environment. Miscommunications with superiors, colleagues, or authority figures may arise, leading to potential tensions. Projects that were once moving forward may experience unexpected halts, requiring patience and adaptability. This retrograde encourages you to reassess your career aspirations and professional image, urging a more reflective and diplomatic approach to dealing with workplace dynamics. Mercury's retrograde influence may also bring unexpected interactions with government authorities or legal matters, emphasizing the need for careful communication. Navigating bureaucratic systems might prove challenging, with some processes taking longer than anticipated. It's a period to tread cautiously, avoiding impulsive decisions that might have long-term implications for your professional standing. As the ruler of the 5th house, which governs creativity, romance, and speculative gains, Mercury's retrograde can stir challenges in these areas. Creative projects may face delays or require a change of direction, leading to frustration. Similarly, romantic relationships might experience misunderstandings or increased sensitivity, necessitating clear communication and a patient attitude. The influence of Mercury retrograde in Scorpio suggests that secrets or hidden matters may surface, particularly in romantic or social contexts. This revelation, while potentially unsettling, offers a chance to address unresolved issues and bring clarity to relationships. For you, if involved in speculative investments, it's wise to proceed cautiously during this time. Decisions made impulsively or without thorough consideration might lead to disappointment. Instead, use this period to analyze previous investments, learn from past mistakes, and prepare for a more informed approach once Mercury turns direct. Mercury also rules your 8th house, which deals with shared assets, transformations, and deep psychological matters. Its retrograde in your 10th house can bring up unexpected issues in joint ventures or financial partnerships. You may find yourself dealing with delays in receiving expected financial gains or facing disagreements over shared resources. Misunderstandings in these areas are likely, and it's crucial to handle sensitive information with care. This retrograde period may reveal hidden dynamics within business partnerships, encouraging a thorough reevaluation of joint ventures and agreements. From November 26 to December 16, maintaining a calm and rational demeanor in financial discussions will help prevent unnecessary conflicts. This is not the time to initiate new financial agreements, but rather to revisit and reassess existing ones. The mutual aspect of retrograde Jupiter in Taurus and Mercury in Scorpio highlights the tension between domestic life and career. With Jupiter retrograding in the 4th house, you are urged to reconsider your emotional foundations, family responsibilities, and matters related to property or real estate. This aspect places pressure on balancing the demands of a busy career with the need for emotional security and a stable home environment. The retrograde period may feel like a tug-of-war between professional commitments and personal obligations, demanding a reassessment of priorities. While career-related frustrations may mount, it's essential to find solace in family connections and create a supportive home environment. Avoid neglecting your personal needs while pursuing professional ambitions. Taking a step back to nurture emotional well-being can provide the clarity needed to make sound decisions once Mercury resumes direct motion. Saturn's presence in Aquarius, positioned in your 1st house, adds to the weight of responsibility you feel during this period. As the planet of discipline and structure, Saturn pushes you to evaluate your goals and ambitions. This transit brings a period of introspection, prompting a deep examination of how your career objectives align with your personal identity and long-term visions. The retrograde motion of Mercury serves as a catalyst for this introspective journey, making it a critical time to reassess professional strategies. The aspect of Saturn encourages hard work, discipline, and a realistic approach to your ambitions. You may feel the pressure to redefine your path, taking a more serious stance toward achieving your career goals. This is the time to work diligently, keep emotions in check, and plan for long-term stability. The challenges you experience now will lay a more solid foundation for future success. The retrograde is accompanied by Mars' debilitated transit in Cancer, positioned in your 6th house of work routines, health, and daily responsibilities. This alignment can lead to increased frustrations in the workplace and heightened stress levels. Work-related pressures may intensify, leading to potential disagreements with colleagues or superiors. Health matters might also come to the forefront, requiring you to prioritize well-being, manage stress, and adopt healthier routines. It's an ideal time for you to declutter and organize both physical and mental spaces, bringing a sense of order amid the chaos. Practicing mindfulness, engaging in physical exercise, and maintaining a healthy diet can help mitigate stress during this period. Despite the potential obstacles during Mercury's retrograde, this period ultimately serves as an opportunity for growth and transformation. You are encouraged to embrace change, reevaluate your career goals, and let go of outdated professional strategies. The disruptions experienced now will pave the way for clearer opportunities once Mercury turns direct on December 16th. A renewed sense of direction and confidence in handling responsibilities will emerge, providing a more solid foundation for career advancement. As this retrograde period unfolds, it's important for you to remain adaptable, patient, and open to unexpected opportunities. Professional challenges can be seen as opportunities for reflection and refinement, leading to a more strategic and effective approach to achieving long-term goals. This retrograde encourages you to trust the process, stay grounded, and be prepared for new beginnings that align more closely with your true aspirations. For Pisces, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio offers a complex and transformative period, as it activates your 9th house of higher education, spirituality, long-distance travel, and philosophical beliefs. This retrograde phase demands a deep dive into your spiritual and educational beliefs, often bringing delays, reassessments, and unexpected revelations. It's a time when you may feel compelled to seek wisdom from mentors, explore new philosophical frameworks, and question long-held beliefs. This inner journey, though challenging, ultimately aims to strengthen your alignment with your true values and purpose. Miscommunications, delays, and obstacles are likely, requiring patience and careful handling. During this retrograde, Mercury's presence in your 9th house prompts a significant reevaluation of your spiritual and philosophical perspectives. You may find yourself drawn towards deeper knowledge, ancient texts, or reconnecting with teachers and mentors. This period encourages the study of spiritual practices and philosophies that resonate at a profound level. However, with Mercury in retrograde motion, it's important to remain cautious of misinterpretations or hasty conclusions. There's a strong likelihood that previously hidden information will surface, challenging your current beliefs and encouraging a reorientation of life's direction. In the context of travel and education, delays are likely. If you're involved in higher studies, you might feel disheartened, questioning the relevance of your chosen courses. It's crucial to remain patient, as the retrograde often serves to guide you back to a path that aligns better with your true intentions. Plans for long-distance travel may encounter unexpected disruptions, yet this should not be seen as a deterrent. Instead, embrace adaptability and accept that these delays could reveal new opportunities for personal growth. Mercury, ruling your 4th and 7th houses, points to challenges in family matters and partnerships during its retrograde. Your home life may feel tense, with unresolved family issues coming to the surface. There's a possibility of misunderstandings within personal relationships, particularly due to miscommunication or unspoken expectations. It's a crucial time to revisit past decisions regarding home and family, including any real estate matters or domestic responsibilities that may have been previously overlooked. Clarifying boundaries and improving communication within the household can strengthen the foundations for future harmony. For those of you in committed relationships, the retrograde might bring to light hidden issues, triggering emotional discomfort. You should avoid making impulsive decisions about partnerships during this time, opting instead to take a step back and assess what truly matters. Efforts to revisit and resolve old conflicts can lead to better understanding and a stronger bond with loved ones, particularly once Mercury moves direct. Mercury's retrograde transit through your 9th house is not only about knowledge acquisition but also about karmic resolutions and spiritual insight. This period holds a mirror to your deeper subconscious patterns and prompts you to explore how past decisions impact your current reality. Secrets may be unveiled within educational or spiritual contexts, as hidden truths come to light. Mentors or spiritual guides might offer surprising revelations, sparking a reevaluation of your life direction. It's a phase that could involve a clash of ideals with a teacher or a moment of profound learning that reshapes your core beliefs. Interestingly, this transit aligns with Saturn's influence in your 12th house, which governs subconscious fears, karma, and spiritual lessons. Saturn's position emphasizes the need to address past emotional wounds and subconscious blockages. The mutual aspect between retrograde Jupiter in Taurus and Mercury in Scorpio highlights communication issues, particularly with siblings, neighbors, or close acquaintances. Jupiter, retrograding in your third house of communication, suggests that you will need to rethink your communication style, especially how you express deeper beliefs and values. Misunderstandings are possible, and it's wise to practice patience, avoid impulsive speech, and think carefully before conveying important ideas. This is a period for you to develop more effective communication strategies, refining how you express your evolving philosophical outlook. The influence of Jupiter encourages you to look inward and contemplate how your daily interactions impact your long-term goals. The retrograde motion makes this a favorable time to engage in reflective dialogue with family or seek advice from trusted mentors, even if the guidance is unexpected or unconventional. Conversations during this period might hold profound truths that significantly influence your worldview, so it's crucial to remain open-minded. Financially, the retrograde may present challenges. Earnings might be delayed, and you are advised to avoid speculative ventures, particularly those involving the stock market or high-risk investments. There's a possibility of unexpected expenses, prompting a need for loans or financial aid. It's essential to remain cautious and avoid overextending yourself financially during this period. In the professional sphere, you may face increased pressure. Delays in projects or communication breakdowns with colleagues could create frustration. It's a time to practice diplomacy, as keeping communication clear and concise will prevent misunderstandings. If you are considering new job opportunities, the advice is to hold off on final decisions until Mercury turns direct, allowing for a clearer understanding of the situation. Despite the obstacles, Mercury's retrograde in Scorpio holds a silver lining for you, especially in terms of personal growth and transformation. The retrograde brings an opportunity to revisit past decisions, address hidden fears, and reshape your philosophical and spiritual outlook. This is a time of introspection, where you can build mental and emotional strength by processing sudden or unexpected changes from the past. Once Mercury goes direct, clarity will return, allowing for better decision-making, especially concerning long-term goals and spiritual direction. The retrograde acts as a preparatory phase, helping you shed what no longer serves you and align more authentically with your higher purpose. It's a phase of restructuring your internal belief system, ultimately leading to renewed optimism and deeper wisdom as Mercury's retrograde cycle concludes. As we wrap up this transit episode, remember that these insights are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. If you'd like more personalized predictions for your specific zodiac sign or have any questions about your astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more astrology insights. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you once again for joining us, and we eagerly anticipate sharing more astrological wisdom with you in the future. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.